Hello everyone, Steedoj here, and we have additional information released by Bandai Namco that wasn't in the most recent trailer, and I'll be going through all of this official info throughout the entire course of the video. Now, this information comes to us through the Bandai Namco website or the PlayStation Store website, pick your favorite. And it actually has lots of stuff that wasn't in the trailer, telling us multiple different pre-order bonuses, telling us different modes, how different things will play out. It tells us the amount of characters we'll have available in the story, and the most important part, the exclusive game modes like what ifs, custom battles, and training that Sparking Zero will have on release. We already know some other exclusive modes coming to Sparking Zero are the custom battle mode, which you'll be able to, again, make your own unique battles and share them online, and training modes. Training mode has always been in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series, but for some bizarre reason, it's having a major overhaul, or at least a major change in the way it's done. Now, I think in the long run, the change might end up being positive, but for now, it seems like it might be quite detrimental to the game. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because it looks like training mode might not actually be restricted to just one map in general. So I would like to get you guys' opinion on it. But let me calm down the fears before we get too far into this. Now, I do want to say, keep in mind, when they say or sit down with friends offline to hone your skills exclusively in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, I think it might mean that local multiplayer only happens in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. I'm not sure if this even means it's a training mode. I think local multiplayer only might be restricted to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. I do believe the reason for this potentially might be that the graphics, again, we've come so far from Tenkaichi 3. The graphics are so far to the point now where split screen for the game is actually kind of difficult to do on maybe bigger maps. And we all know Hyperbolic Time Chamber is like a very small map in every Dragon Ball game. You just need to, like, you know, program or load or render the area around the general building, and that's it. That's the map that probably requires the least effort to do in every Dragon Ball game, right? Even Xenoverse 2's Hyperbolic Time Chamber happens to be one of the prettiest maps in the game because you don't have to do a lot of effort for it. It's a map that is very popular amongst players, and I do believe that when they say hone your skills with friends offline, they are talking about Hyperbolic Time Chamber. They do say exclusively, so I think only when you're playing local multiplayer will you be stuck in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. On the other hand, if that's not the case, it would be a major disappointment because in the previous Budokai Tenkaichi games, and even the Budokai games, you could train on any map you wanted to. You could see the damage of the indestructible environments, like knocking players into them. You could see the damage of all of your moves on any map. It was a good way to test all of your abilities on any map of your choosing. Again, obviously, if you want to see how something works on a world tournament versus how it would work on like Dying Namek or how it would work on a space map, you would all get entirely different environments. A good example is how you can't really utilize knockdown combos on a space map because there's no ground. And stuff like that you would just miss out on entirely if you can't swap your training map, which should, again, be a major disappointment. So I really am hoping it's not the case, but there's a good chance that we might get locked to just Hyperbolic Time Chamber training because it's quote-unquote more accurate, even though it would be less preferred by everyone else's standards. Training shouldn't be an exclusive mode, at least in terms of the map. I mean, at least Custom Battles has us covered. Custom Battles has the benefit of being on every map, and you can share them online with everyone. You can create custom scenarios, such as putting... I'm very sure we can put cutscenes in fights like in Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. If you guys don't remember that game, do yourself a favor and go buy it. You could probably get it really cheap right now. Dragon Ball Z actually probably doesn't work on any of the next-gen consoles, but damn, Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit was fun, man. Custom Battles has us covered, and I do believe that training itself as a mode will probably be on all the maps, not the specific way it's read out in the thing. Don't forget when they read it out in the thing, on all the PlayStation pages and all the Bandai Namco pages, they do specifically say hone your ability of friends offline. I don't believe they actually do mean training in particular. I think by hone your abilities, they just mean before you go online, you can just fight with some of your friends offline in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Because again, split screen PvP in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I do believe will be entirely based on the Hyperbolic Time Chamber location, because all the other maps might be too HD. Again, if you just look at any of the trailer gameplay, you can probably see how insane all of the stages look in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I don't imagine you'd be able to like split screen such a HD game and make it like look well. We do have issues of recent games not doing split screen when they used to do them before. Example, Halo. But Dragon Ball Sparking Zero at least has split screen for one stage, and I do think split screen is getting harder for games to get away with, or at least do, because graphical fidelity has increased, and therefore the requirement of a console having to render two perspectives rather than just one is obviously higher. I do get all of that stuff, and I will take it into account, but it would be a shame to just not have a feature we did have in all the other games, because something as simple as like a graphical like capacity. I do wish that we can get split screen on more than just Hyperbolic Time Chamber, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Well, no, actually, it is to me. I know I can like play with like my brother or anyone else in my family on separate consoles because I do own more than one console. But I would just miss that feeling of the convenience of us both being in the same room and then just having fun and playing on any map we want to, you know? It was always a blast to play Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, knowing we could pick any map and we'd get two different perspectives of where we both are on the screen, and if we're really close to each other. I don't remember if it happened in Tenkaichi 3 in particular, but I do remember for certain Dragon Ball games, if you got too close to each other while you were fighting, the perspectives would like fuse into one, and that stuff was really cool. I want to say Sparking Zero could try something like that, but that might be a bit too much. And not to mention, Bandai Namco's quality when it comes to games recently has been a bit on the up and down. Again, don't forget Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash did come out very recently and wasn't it wasn't really that great. But staying on topic, we obviously want the focused perspectives that split screen would provide. I mean, this, I think, so far confirms that training will actually be available on all stages. Now I kind of want split screen to be available on all stages. I know it just sounds like I'm asking for more and more, but I'm sure many other people are also like, hey, I would like to play on my brother on maybe like, you know, the Land of the Kais or something, some super dramatic map. In case if you imagine, like back in the day, you used to be able to like create like matches that you'd want to, you know, let's say, oh, I want to be Goku, and you know, my brother or my friend is going to pick Kid Buu and we're going to fight on the Land of the Kais. You could do that, but in Sparking Zero, that might not be the case. It might only be Hyperbolic Time Chamber if you do want to play with someone who's sitting alongside you, and that is pretty painful. At least at home, you can't really recreate all your favorite Dragon Ball fights with your friends or your relatives or whatever. You have to do that in like offline modes or like against like just CPUs and like single player modes, right? Or you'd have to do it with the custom battle mode. Again, I can't wait to see more of the custom battle mode. I'm thinking that the Jump Victory Carnival will actually show more of that. It might even show us the limits of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber training local offline thing. That's a good example actually. When Jump Victory Festival comes out, or Jump Victory Carnival, my bad, when that comes out, it is a stage demo. And if two people are playing against each other, it will most likely show or reveal if the Hyperbolic Time Chamber is the only map available to you. Because even in Xenoverse, Xenoverse doesn't do that either, with Hyperbolic Time Chamber being the only map available to you, or having only like one map available to you if you're both playing on the same system. I'm pretty sure even in Xenoverse you could fight on the Tournament of Power and all the new DLC maps, and those ones are like big. Those ones are really big maps, if you're just playing like offline, like split screen. So I'm hoping that Sparking Zero will obviously, you know, not give away of saying no, just, you know, screw you guys, we're not gonna let you play on multiple different maps. I think it's completely fair that, you know, all Dragon Ball fans get to experience any kind of fun they want on any stage they want, you know, unless the Hyperbolic Time Chamber has features. But in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, like, situations can be changed, like the pressure is different, the air is different. I'm hoping really that it's only the Hyperbolic Time Chamber because the map itself has a special effect, but I'm not sure if Sparking Zero is going to have special effects for the maps. There are things like, you know, you can destroy Namek to make a volcanic Namek, but I'm not saying that the lava needs to do damage to you or anything. And I'm hoping Hyperbolic Time Chamber isn't the only training map, because again, the previous Dragon Ball games, the Budokai and Tenkaichi games, you could train on any map. So it's just kind of weird that you're just stuck with Hyperbolic Time Chamber, you know? Training on maps with like destructible environments I think would be much better. Maybe like, you know, the generic wasteland or something. Training on Time Chamber just feels a bit limited. Again, the place looks really great. You can destroy the house in the Time Chamber, I guess. Either way, I guess we'll have to wait and see when the game actually shows more stuff. Again, Jump Victory Carnival, most likely next month. They'll show Dragon Ball Sparking Zero stage demo stuff, because they show Dragon Ball Daima there. They show all new Dragon Ball stuff at the Dragon Ball Jump Victory Carnival. Even where we saw the character reveals, I'm pretty sure, for a superhero. So I think that's a pretty good place to end the video. We'll get more information as stuff comes out. We're actually a good way into June already, so who knows when we'll get our next teaser, our next trailer, our next whatever, right? V-Jump. Oh, never forget about V-Jump. V-Jump could be around the corner, but pretty good place to end the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, then obviously again, please leave a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. Hope you all enjoyed. Love you all, and I will see you all next time. Take care and peace.